Hey, what is up everybody? In today's video, I got myself here a bag. What's in the bag? Well, Amiibos. Not just one, not just two, but three of them. Um, so yeah, I got these three for a grand total of 25 bucks. That is, more specifically, Princess Zelda's Breath of the Wild design, Ike from Fire Emblem. Specifically, I think this is his Fire Emblem Path of Radiant or Radiant. I can't remember if it was. Let me quickly check. Okay. So after a quick Google search, yeah, it does look like it's his Radiant Dawn design that they used. Radiant Dawn, of course, was the um, second game that he was the main character of. Path of Radiance was the first game that he debuted in. And that was, of course, for the GameCube. And for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, they used his Path of Radiance, sorry. Whereas future games such as Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, as well as Ultimate, used his Radiant Dawn design, which was the latest game at the time. Latest mainline game, I should say. I'm pretty sure Fire Emblem Heroes uses his Radiant Dawn design as well. But yeah, here it is. He's got his cape. Oh yeah, that I didn't even notice that. Yeah, he's got this nice design behind him too. Hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming that's his family crest or something. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, he's basically a mercenary in his game who gets hired to do some very important things. Won't spoil too much, but yeah, that sword he's got there is, I believe, the Fire Emblem equivalent of the Master Sword or something like that. Next up, we have, yeah, so finally we've got Roy over here. Now, Roy's game has never been released in English. It was actually the game that came out before the very first localized title, which was, of course, just called Fire Emblem, which, after a quick Google search, is actually a prequel to Roy's game. So, yeah, my understanding is that the very first Fire Emblem game available in English, released in 2003, that game basically features Roy's father, I believe, whereas the Japanese only game is the one with Roy in it. So, yeah, that's interesting. Of course, this is his updated design. For the longest time, I believe they used his uh, design from the from Melee, I believe, and of course, I think starting with the fourth game, starting with Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS, which was when he was included as part of the DLC pack. That's when they redesigned him. I think I think he's got. Okay, so funny thing is, when he was first made available, became a playable character. He only spoken Japanese, but I think Ultimate has him speaking in English. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it is always nice to see these characters get a redesign. And hey, look at the back. He's got another crest as well. That's nice. I really do hope at some point they do release his game in English. I mean, they released the very first Fire Emblem game from the NES to commemorate the franchise's anniversary. So hopefully it does happen at some point. I'm hoping it does. I'm sure they're gonna release it on, like, if they haven't already, release it on like NSO, the Japanese NSO, and people can just play it that way. But of course, that's only if you can speak Japanese. If you can't speak Japanese or read Japanese, sorry, yeah, you're kind of out of luck there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Before I forget, yeah. So for Zelda's design, yeah, as I mentioned, it is her Breath of the Wild design. I was actually a little confused. I thought it was her Tears of the Kingdom design, but no, it's not. You can usually tell because, well, the blue was the synonymous blue clothing that was synonymous with with Link's new design for that game, as well as the Sheikah Slate, which of course was meant to resemble the Wii U gamepad. And yeah, if you look at the bottom of the base, it is featuring the Legend of Zelda signature logo. Of course, these guys have their Smash Brothers, has a Smash Brothers logo because, of course, these guys are more depending, depending on when you got into Nintendo games or Amiibos. Um, Smash Brothers was the only way that you was how you got introduced to them. I mean, that's how a lot of people got introduced to Roy and Marth. But yeah, let's quickly try out these Amiibos on my Nintendo Switch and see if the previous owner actually left in any game data. Because, of course, with the Amiibos, you could actually save in some game data and carry it over to other games. Well, okay, maybe not these characters so much, just because generally speaking, like these guys are very limited in what you can use them with. Like aside from the Fire Emblem games, the only other game I can think of would be like Codename Steam, but which was a massive flop, sadly. But yeah, let's actually get my let's actually see what's on here. Let me just get my Joy-Con out. Okay. Sorry for the abrupt jump cut, but yes, I just tested these off screen, and I have determined that the Princess Zelda amiibo does work. Ike works. Roy does not. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, he just won't show up. It just won't. Yeah, he won't scan. So unfortunately, this guy is a bit of a dud. That is the second amiibo that I've ever encountered where it's got this problem, where yeah, it appears the NFC chip is either broken or just just whatever reason it just won't work. Ike, just yeah, as you can see right here, yeah, he scans. He scans. Now I go to Zelda, also works. But unfortunately, the same could not be said for Roy. So, yeah, this is a bit unfortunate. But thankfully, I didn't spend too much money on him. I mean, again, his design is great. His design is very intricately done, intricately done. Sorry. So yeah, I don't mind it too much, but still, it does suck that I can't use him. But hey, $25, not a bad deal. And I can probably just sell this like I did with my other amiibo that I got that wasn't working. I previously bought another lot of amiibos, specifically uh, a lot that contained like a green squid girl, and the green squid girl did not work, so I sold that to someone else. And yeah, unfortunately, I may have to sell this at some point if I want to get a working one, because I do want a working amiibo. I don't, it is nice to have. Don't get me wrong, but I do prefer my stuff to actually work. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this video, guys. If you like what you saw, want to see more, like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will see you next time. Take care.